What if the thing you've been holding back isn't a lack of confidence? It's a pattern you learned before you even knew what a pattern was. What if somewhere along the way you learned that disappearing was safer than being seen? And that lesson has been quietly running your career, your relationships, and your dreams ever since. Friend, what if today is the day that pattern loses its power over you? Because in today's episode, we're getting into exactly that. And I promise you, what's on the other side of this conversation is going to change everything. Ooh, and before we go on, if this is your first time here, friend, welcome home. Hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss an episode, because we keep it all the way real around here. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming, okay? Let's get into it. Hey, friend, welcome back. Before we get into today's episode, I just want to normalize something real quick. You don't have to bleed on everybody to be relatable. You don't have to share every single detail of every wound that you've ever had in order to be real, authentic, and transparent with people that you love and serve. Some things, friend, some things are sacred. Some things are simply not for public consumption, and choosing to protect those things, that is self-love. That is wisdom. That is honoring yourself first. So today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to be sharing something deeply personal with you, the insights, the lessons, and the truth of what it created in me, without going into all of the details, because the details, those are mine. They belong to me. But the lessons that came from it, friend, that belongs to all of us. So grab your journal, get comfy, and let's get into it. From a very early age, and I'm talking early, friend, I learned something that would quietly shape every single area of my life for decades. I learned in order to keep myself safe, I had to disappear. Now, I want you to sit with that for a second, because I know that sounds heavy. And in all honesty, it is. But stay with me, because this is going somewhere really good. Now, to be on the sidelines, to chill and observe, to take up less space, to be seen but not really seen, that became my default setting. And here's what's interesting. Being chill and observant, that's genuinely who I am. That is my natural personality. I am a chill, natural observer. I notice things. I take things in. That part is very real. But what happened is that natural trait got amplified into something else entirely. It became a survival strategy. It ultimately became protection. And friend, it worked. That little girl who did what she had to do in that season, she did exactly that, and she kept herself safe until it didn't. Because what kept little me safe eventually became the ceiling of grown me's life. And I didn't even see it happening. That's the sneaky thing about patterns we develop in childhood. They don't announce themselves. They just quietly run in the background. Like an app you forgot you downloaded that's been draining your battery this whole time. And friend, I had no idea how much battery that pattern had actually been draining. Because here's what I started to realize when I finally looked at this thing directly. This pattern didn't stay in one room. It actually followed me everywhere. I spent over 20 years in corporate leadership. Over 20 years, friend. And by every external measure, I was successful. I led teams, I got results, I moved up. But there were rooms that I walked into where I still made myself smaller. Meetings where I held back the thing I knew needed to be said. Moments where I waited for someone else to go first. Not because I wasn't qualified, but because somewhere deep down, being fully seen still felt way too risky. And when you've been wired to disappear, you can find yourself in dynamics where staying on the sidelines feels familiar, where you give more than you receive. And that's exactly what happened in so many of my relationships, where you observe more than you participate because showing up fully, being fully present, fully known, fully seen, that felt just as risky in my relationships as it did everywhere else. And then, friend, don't even get me started about talking about being on camera. Starting a coaching business, knowing I had a message, knowing I had something to give, and being absolutely terrified to press record. Because a camera doesn't let you disappear. It requires you to be present, to show your actual face. And for the woman who learned from a very young age that being seen was not safe, oof, that was everything. Same pattern, different rooms, one through line. Now, friend, I want you to know, I always knew the fear was there. I wasn't completely unaware of it. It was like this thing that just lived in the shadows, lying dormant, quiet, but present. But knowing something exists and actually looking at it directly, those are two very different things, okay? And what finally made me look directly at it, what finally forced me to pull this thing out of the shadows and into the light, was this YouTube challenge I started. Thank heavens for Glow Atonmo, who challenged me to post videos every single day. And friend, you can't hide behind audio on camera. In case you didn't know. And if you've been around listening to this podcast from the beginning, you know I have tried to do video. Tried, but didn't prevail. Because you cannot disappear behind a microphone when your face is right there on the screen. And now doing this challenge, every single time I pressed record, I was doing the one thing that the younger version of myself never learned to do. I was being fully seen, and something unexpected started happening. The more I showed up, the less scary it became. The more I pressed record, the quieter that old voice got. And I started connecting the dots I had never connected before. Childhood to career, career to relationships, relationships to this camera friend. One through line, one route, one little girl who learned that disappearing was the safest thing she could do. And once I saw it clearly, I could finally do something about it. Because friend, you cannot reclaim what you haven't named. The moment I named it, like really named it, looked it dead in the face. That was the moment it lost its power over me. Ooh, now friend, that right there, that is the whole thing, friend. That's it right there. Now, I do have to say this. I love having an audio only podcast, and I will continue to do audio only for as long as I want to, because guess what? It's my business, okay? Like Tabitha Brown said, okay, it's my business. I can do what I want to do. But seriously, if you've been around from the beginning, you've heard me talk about when I was a teen and a young girl, like in my early 20s, I loved radio. And one of my dreams was to be a morning show radio host. And I actually interned at the local radio station, fell in love with it, but I really realized that there was not any women in the industry who had their own morning show. Women were like co-host or afternoon DJs, but like not morning show hosts, like morning show on their own. So for a woman like Angie Martinez, like she is probably the onlyest woman who is like really kind of doing it her own way. But there's just not very many women like her doing it at that grand level of like a morning show like I really wanted. And so I decided not to pursue that. But fast forward to all of these years later, when I decided to do my coaching business, podcasting was an immediate love because it reminds me of radio. And so it was really a testament that your dreams can take new shapes. Sometimes we think that a dream isn't meant to come true because it doesn't happen in the way that we think it's supposed to happen. But divine timing and allowing yourself to co-create with God, the universe, source, whomever it is that you believe in, there is beauty in that. There is magic in that. So my dream as a young girl wanting to be a morning radio show host has manifested into this podcast. So it holds such a special place to me because you might be getting ready for work or getting ready for your day. You might be listening to me while you're shopping, running errands, or on your way to your family or friend's house. But this is truly a dream come true. So I just want to let you know the podcast, it is here to stay. It ain't going anywhere. I love it so much. And it'll be this format until I'm ready to evolve it into something else. But right now, this is what feels best for me. So, and this may always be audio. I know that I will always have audio available because I really do love it just that much. But YouTube is the place where I'm building my video catalog. So definitely make sure that you tap in and connect with me there. There's already videos that I've started because I started this YouTube channel in December and fell off, got back on, fell off again, got back to it, and recommitted as of February 15th of 2026. And I've been going strong ever since, friend. So join me on there for all things YouTube. And I even have a series called Reflections of the Becoming because it really is me reflecting on my YouTube journey of posting videos every day. So all of that to say, I did go off a little track a little bit, but that's okay. We bringing it right back, okay? But the podcast, it'll always be here. It'll be audio for as long as I want it to. Okay, thank you. And it's going to evolve just as I do. Okay, friend. So back to the story at hand. So here's what shifted when I finally pulled this fear of being seen out of the darkness and into the light. It stopped being scary. It stopped having the final say. It stopped running in the background throughout every area of my life. It stopped running the show because I finally understood something that I really want you to hear right now. That little girl, she did what she had to do to survive. She was smart. She was brave. She used the only tool she had in that season, and that tool worked. But I'm not that little girl anymore. I have more tools now, more wisdom, more love, more courage, more faith. And the most powerful thing I've done, the thing that has changed everything, is that I became the woman who can protect her. She knows we're safe now. I got her. She got me and we got us. And we are not disappearing ever again. Friend, I know who I am and whose I am. Amen. And from that place, there is absolutely nothing to disappear from, nothing to hide from, nothing to shrink for. I am shining bright like a diamond. Okay, somebody cue Rihanna. Thank you, girl. And I ain't never going back, okay? Now, friend, I want to bring this home for you because this episode is not just my story. This is for every woman who has ever made herself smaller to survive something. And I know I'm not alone in this room. Your survival strategies deserve honor, not shame. Whatever you did to survive your childhood or that pivotal part of your life, the disappearing, the shrinking, the staying quiet, the staying small, it worked. It kept you safe. You don't need to be ashamed of it, friend. You need to thank it, acknowledge it, and then release it because it was never meant to be permanent. It was meant to be protective, and you have outgrown the need for that particular protection. The pattern always has a root. You might not know your root just yet, and you might not be ready to look for it either. And friend, that's okay. You don't have to go digging, okay? But I do want you to know, if you've been shrinking in rooms you belong in, you've been holding back in relationships where you deserve to be fully known. If there's a dream you've been dimming down so it doesn't take up too much space, there is a root. And when you're ready to find it, everything is going to start making so much more sense. Not everything needs to be shared to be healed. And this one is really important to me, friend, because I think we live in a world that tells us we have to share everything perfectly in order to be real or valid or healed. And that is just not true. Some wounds heal in the quiet. Some stories are yours to keep, and you can be completely healed and still choose not to share the details with the world. Protecting your story is not the same as hiding from it. That is wisdom, discernment, and that is love for yourself. You cannot reclaim what you haven't named. Now, friend, like I said, you don't have to share it publicly, but you do need to name it for yourself. And this is where I encourage you to journal, to write this out, to get it out of your brain and into the pages of your journal. And this is where you have the most honest conversation with yourself when no one else is listening. That naming, that seeing, that's where your power comes back online. That's where you come back. Now, friend, you know, I always want to leave you with something you can actually use. And today I want to tell you about something I built specifically for this season you are in. It's called the Main Character Momentum Builder, and it is 7 days of showing up for yourself, just 10 to 15 minutes a day with prompts that actually help you implement what you're learning instead of just consuming it and moving on. Because here's what I know about you, friend. You are ready. You have been doing the inner work. You have been showing up. And now is the time to let that work become real momentum in your everyday life. That's exactly what this is. And friend, I wouldn't be telling you about it if I did not genuinely believe this was going to move you. The link is in the show notes, so go check it out and let me know what you think. I cannot wait to hear how this shows up and shows out in your life. Okay, friend. So now that we've talked about it, now that we've looked at it together, I don't want to just leave you with awareness. So I want to give you something practical to walk away with today, something you can do with everything we just talked about. And if you've been here with me for a while, you already know what time it is. It's your self-love two-step. Yes, friend. And today I have a little remix for you. So stay with me because step 3 is everything. Okay. Step 1, the journal move. I want you to open your journal. And if you don't have one, friend, it's okay. Grab a piece of paper or even your notes app. And I want you to write this question out and then just answer it. No editing, no filtering, no making it sound good. Just write it on out. Okay, here's your journal prompt. Where in my life have I been disappearing? And when did I first learn that disappearing was safer than being seen? Don't force the answer, friend. Don't rush it. Just write and see what comes up. Sometimes the most important answers are the ones that surprise us. So give it space, friend. Step 2 is the mirror declaration. This one requires you to get up and go find a mirror. I'm serious. Not a quick glance in your phone camera, an actual mirror where you can look yourself in the eyes. And I want you to say this out loud. I am safe, I am seen, and I am never disappearing again. Friend, I want you to say it until something shifts. Say it until you believe it, because you need to hear it from you. You are the only one who can give yourself that. And step 3, this is the remix. This is the you step. This is what makes the self-love 2-step a 3-parter. And this step 3, this is called the you step. After you've journaled, after you've stood in front of the mirror, I want you to get still, get quiet. And I want you to ask yourself one question. What is my heart telling me to do next? Not what makes sense, not what looks good, not what everybody else is doing. What is your heart? The one that has been waiting so patiently for you to finally listen. What is she telling you to do next? And friend, whatever she says, that is your next right aligned step. Not the whole staircase, okay? Slow your roll. Just the next step. The one that feels like a full body yes, even if it's scary. The one that feels like you. The one that the woman who is no longer disappearing would take. And that's your next step, friend. She's been waiting for you to take it. Now, let me pour into you real quick. Wherever you are on this journey, whether you know your route or you're just still figuring it out, I want you to know this. The version of you that learned to disappear, she was brave. She was resourceful. She did exactly what she needed to do. And now it's your turn to do what she couldn't. You get to show up fully, completely, totally unapologetically in every room, on every camera, in every relationship, in every dream that has been waiting for the real you to finally arrive. She kept you safe then. Now it's your turn to keep her safe. And friend, you've got her. I promise you, you've got her. So take your next right aligned step. And friend, there will be a video continuing this conversation of this episode on my YouTube channel. The link is in the show notes, so make sure that you go and subscribe. That way you get notified whenever videos are posted. And we are going to go even deeper over there, and I don't want you to miss it. Okay, friend, and remember, you are not an extra in somebody else's story. You are the main character of your very own. So go be her, the one you have been becoming. She has been waiting for you to live out loud. No matter what comes your way, together we can encourage over everything. I love you, friend, and I'm rooting for you.